Nice to get out under the sky for a spell. Being a mother means I don't get as much field work as I used to. Look out! You're a natural tracker. You smell that? I'd bet my badge that's wood smoke from a campfire. They're close. Be ready.
We should be careful. This bottleneck is the perfect place for an ambush.
dead! You hear me?
Show me what you've got.
Damn! That was a lot rougher than I expected. Let's talk. Are you okay? Not usually. Most of the bad guys we run into are smart enough to stand down when they see the badge. No way they're common thugs or hired muscle. The weapons, the training, the steel nerves... No, these guys were professionals. That badge with the #1, I feel like I've seen that before, but it was a long time ago. Really? Guess you've led a pretty exciting life. Maybe the less I know about that, the better. Let's search the area. Maybe we can find something that explains what these guys were up to. Hopefully, we can find something that explains who these guys were and why they were after the Waggoner farm. Likewise.
If you're searching them, make it quick.
We should check the place out.
Might be worth taking a look through this.
Find anything interesting? Let's see what we have here. Interesting. So, their ship was stolen from the Hope Tech factory. Whoever pulled that off must have been one hell of a shipjacker. Well, I guess someone really wants that farm bad. Speaking of which, let's get back there and let Miss Waggoner know that she's safe. For now.
If you need help carrying any of this, you just let me know.
What happened? Did you find those men? Well, it's good to see you're all right then. They must have been crazy or desperate, trying to take on the Freestar Rangers. So who were they? And why do they want my farm? Hope Tech? The cargo ship company? Sorry, I don't know anything about that. They say the Rangers always get their man, so to speak. I'm sure you'll figure it out. I can't thank you enough. I'd hate to be remembered as the Waggoner who couldn't hold on to the farm that's been in the family for so long. Of course. All the same, I'm grateful.
If you have any more trouble, give us a call. We're in system, so it won't take long to get someone out here. All right, Deputy. Let's get back to the rock. We need to report this to the Marshal. Nicely done.
Can I help? Fine by me. Talk to you later.
I'd help out in the fields myself if I thought my heart could take it. Yes, I did. I was born in this house, and I plan on dying in it. The farm hasn't changed a bit since I was a kid. That's the Freestar Collective for you. Michaela's my little girl, my pride and joy. I raised her right here in Montera Luna, where she was born. Makes me mighty happy to watch her work in the fields. She has her mama's knack for planting, rest her soul. I don't know what I'd do without her. I'm too sick to work the fields anymore, and the damn farmhands couldn't run this place if their lives depended on it. Michaela's my little... Makes me mighty happy to watch. Michaela runs the place. I haven't been much use around the farm since my heart started getting bad. She passed on years ago. If my damn ticker has anything to say about it, I'll be joining her in the next life soon enough. I was. Me and every other Waggoner for generations. The saying goes that the Waggoners have deep enough roots on Montera Luna to put our crops to shame.
You'd be damn right. With my ailments, well, a lot of the work has fallen to her. It's a big responsibility, and I know she worries about me too. But my little girl, she's a trooper. I've never been more proud of her. When things get tough, she doesn't give up. She's a Waggoner through and through.
Off you go.
Crops are doing well. Can't beat the feeling of seeing your hard work pay off.
It must be quite rewarding to work on a farm, growing and raising everything needed to survive. Believe it or not, I'm almost envious of their way of life. If we're planning on staying a while, we could grab a room at the Stone Root Inn.
I think the marshal was right about you.
And they said they don't cover that kind of damage. Is that true?
No! And you really need to stop being such a pushover.
Oh, just one quiet day. That too much to ask for?
I've heard some xenopredators can mimic other animals.
Hey, deputy.
Need something? Adios.
If you're looking for the Rangers, check the upper levels, or the canteen.
What's the story on Montero Luna?
That call we got from Waggoner Farm turned out to be a little more interesting than I was expecting. Some men were trying to run the Waggoners off the land. They tried to buy it first, but when that didn't work, they turned to threats. We confronted them, and unfortunately, it came to violence. None of them survived.
You helped someone in need and came back alive. That's a job well done. I agree. Until we see the whole picture, we won't know if Miss Waggoner is truly safe. What did you make of these men who were trying to take the farm? If that's true, then someone must have hired them. Now, did you find anything that might give us a lead on why these men wanted the farm? Hope Tech ships ain't exactly cheap. That thief could probably tell us a lot about these men you ran into.
There's something else. They were dressed in Freestar militia uniforms. The unit badge was yellow on black with the number 1. Didn't you fight in the Colony War, Marshal? That sound familiar at all?
The 1st Cavalry. I was in that unit for a while. But it was disbanded decades ago. After the Battle of Nera. What was left of it, anyway. No, it doesn't. Just raises more questions. It's a good bet that starship thief can help us get some answers. The Hope Tech factory is in Hope Town on Polvo. Nia Kalu's our ranger stationed out there. She can introduce you to Ron Hope, the president of Hope Tech. He might be able to help you find the thief. Just make sure you stay on his good side. He's on the Council of Governors, and they're the ones we answer to. Proud, stubborn, and smart. A self-made man. He built Hope Tech through blood, sweat, and sheer willpower. The ruling body that oversees the Freestar Collective and the Rangers. The council members are the political and corporate elite of the Freestar Collective, so we have to tread lightly when we're dealing with them. Good. The last thing I need is the council breathing down my neck. This is your assignment now, Deputy. Work with the other Rangers. Find out what you can about those men on Montera Luna. Meantime, I'll look into a possible connection with the 1st Cavalry. Good hunting.
You did good out there. Excuse me.
By preserving the heritage of Aquila City, we provide a vital service to those more esteemed families who've made their home here for generations. You can be assured that our vault is the most secure place in the city to store anything valuable. Not as much as we used to. Ever since Marshal Blake took charge of the Rangers, well, things have been a lot quieter. There was a time those lock gang boys would be in here so often, we used to joke they ought to just open accounts. Gotta hand it to Marshal Blake, though. He's really got them on the run. One thing I can say is I've never been a hostage before, and well, I think I've had my fill of that for a while. In a word, heirlooms. Some of the old families, those descended from the city founders, store objects of value here. Yes, we've got items in our vault that have been passed down from generation to generation. I like to think that the entire heritage of Aquila City is stored right here for safekeeping. And me? Well, I'm the protector of that heritage. Thank you for your business.
I wanted to hear everyone needs supplies. Suppose that's a good thing. Exhausted, more like. It's just me running things here. Makes for some real long work days. Of course, that's in addition to the special orders, trade contracts, and supply arrangements that I deal with on a daily basis. I also work with the Council of Governors, the Trade Authority, the Freestar Rangers, you name it. Feels like I'm providing a service to the city while trying to run a business. So yeah, I don't get a lot of sleep. Feel free to look around. Take a look around. How about I just show you instead of tell you?
Off right away, or do you need a
This is
little bit of
Freestar
time?
Ranger Nia Kalu. If anyone is hearing this, system's failing. Need help. I repeat, need help.
Welcome to Freestar Space. We're gonna do a quick scan for contraband, and you can be on your way. You're good to go. All clear to land at Hopetown.
Please tell me you're here to help, not to try and steal my ship. Yeah, well, if you want to keep that badge, then don't get any ideas. This old girl and I have been through a lot together. I was tracking a crew of outlaws that's been preying on merchant ships. Bastards got the drop on me. I ran them off, but they got a few good hits in. As you can see, I ain't in much shape to make repairs. I'll be fine once the pain medication kicks in. The priority right now is the ship. Can't do my job without it. Just patch her up enough to get to Hopetown. The rest can get fixed up there. Don't need to ask for that, I'd have helped you anyway. Since you're new, here's a lesson for you. Rangers look out for each other. Always.
We hear you, loud and clear, Nia.
Repair my ship? Please. Thanks. That should get me home. Good. There aren't many of us out there. So it makes all our lives easier when we can help each other out. Now let's talk about those outlaw ships. They were pretty beat up, so I don't think they got real far. But if they make it back to their hideout, I might never find them again. We can't let that happen. Light armaments, not too fast. Pilots are gifted amateurs, but still amateurs. You'll be outnumbered, but they'll be damaged, which should even things up for you.
They look to be heading for Polvo's moon Miatha.
Good hunting.
Well, that was fun. Now what?
Good luck finding Barrett. Keep an eye out for Heller while you're at it. Can't believe Barrett snuck a transmission to us. He always... I suppose that wouldn't kill me. I never considered anything else. My parents were miners too. I've been learning the trade since I was old enough to dig. Longest I've spent above ground was the 1.5 years I served in the UC military during the Colony War. That was more than enough for me. I prefer to keep my boots full of dust and my pockets full of credits. Less trouble that way. What about it? I did. I know I don't seem like the military type. Like most people, I was less practical when I was young. I was talked into it. Someone I loved felt called to serve, and he asked me to join him. Only one of us walked away from the war, though. I was a drill sergeant. You don't seem surprised. I have a firm hand and a knack for getting the best out of people. The UC saw that and put me in charge of training new recruits for combat. Well, I lost someone dear to me in the war. I'm as strict as I need to be to make sure my workers' families don't have to go through that too. Mining can be as dangerous as combat, you know. There's a good reason why I've held on to old habits. It was my husband, the love of my life. He was killed just a month before the armistice. Thank you. It was never quite the same after he died. Sure. His name was Manuel. He was a miner, like me. We were stationed at the same outpost for a few years, and we had the same supervisor. He was a better man than most. Honest, kind-hearted, and even-tempered. I've never felt more at peace than I did when I was with him. Losing him was the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Damn Colony War. Do I seem like the motherly type, Dusty? No. We never had children of our own. Manuel has a daughter named Miranda, but she was already a teenager when we got married. She lives in New Homestead with her family. We aren't very close, but I try to see her every time I pass through the Sol system. Heartbreaking doesn't even begin to describe it. Manuel was absolutely everything to me. Losing him shook me to my core. I've never been the same. Manuel was my greatest joy. When he died, he took most of my happiness with him. I couldn't handle the heartbreak, so I threw myself into work. I barely looked up from a cutter for years after that. I figured if I kept my head down and my workers safe, that eventually I'd get over the loss. But it's like I said, time doesn't heal everything. I believe I was only ever meant to love one person. I still hate waking up without him. I was with the other officers at my base when a report came through about one of our ships being destroyed. I recognized its name from Manuel's messages. It took a few days before the casualty reports started coming through. By the time one of the officers came to console me, I already knew he was gone. Space battles don't tend to leave many survivors. I don't think so either. I don't know if distracting myself instead of finding a way to move on was the right choice. That's the trouble with aging. The more of it you do, the more foolish your younger self looks. If it is time to move on, then leaving Argos was a good first step. I don't have as much to worry about out here. Okay. No, I don't. I only ask as many questions as I need to get my job done. I had no idea it was dangerous. No. Whatever that thing was, it's the only one I've ever seen. I'm glad it's not my problem anymore. I've seen skeletons the size of starships buried in sheetrock, and crystals that release a toxic gas potent enough to kill you through your suit. Once I was part of a job that unearthed an entirely new species of cave-dwelling insects. You never know what you'll find when you break ground. Rocks are good at keeping secrets. And I'm glad you bounced back from it. Losing a miner is never easy. Right. Back to business.